back to Vern's Farm, everybody. Cranking out another live broadcast for the shoots and giggles of it. Doing a little contract work. I just see a decent price for a field that was close by. Got to do field 90 for a quick, I think it's $5,000 for a little bit of a harvesting. Whoa. I'll get into an accident on the way there. We'll make money. I do believe it's soybeans, so it should be pretty quick. What is that contract? Yep, soybeans. Sell them up at the mill. Any extras I get to keep. Seems like I got a big soybean crop coming in. Well, just getting sprouted, I should say. That's one of my fields over there, obviously. But it'd be nice to have a little bit more soybeanage in the silo. Just sitting there waiting to be sold. So I'm going to try to harvest this field off and sell what needs to be required to be sold, and any extra I'm going to try to stop selling it before it all goes into the market. And I really don't need the money. I still have 1.7 million, so might as well bank it and put it right in the silo. What do we got for a price of soybeans anyway? Yeah, it's a garbage price for soybeans. Oh my God, $1,000, $1,700. What do we got this thing set on? Ah, yeah. That's a little better. 2,900. It's still super low, so yeah, I'm just gonna bank them out and put them up in the silo. What field was that again? So I just got done fertilizing 90. I don't know. When did I just get done fertilizing? Oh, 95. That's what I did. Alright. As to do this on a manual, seems like there's not much else going on around the farm. No sense paying a worker to do it, because it can get boring pretty quick. Get the outside cut in a little bit, give myself some room to turn around. And I think I'm just going to go up and down the side of the hill here instead of going back and forth like this. I'm way off. Alright, if you keep the top of the crop, there's not really any way to, well, I guess I could line it right up. I always try to find some place to line up the edge of the crop on the, basically this view right here, because if you start moving it around and looking like this, it's not the true view every time you're clicked to this. So basically if the top of the crop is going across that inside of that right hand light, oh, see? Got to be just on the very inside of that light, otherwise you start leaving skips. Something like that. I guess I could line it right up with the edge of this black console where it comes to a point. That point is touching the tippy tops of the crop, and the outside of the header is touching the outside of the where it left off, basically. Not 100% sure if that's true for both sides, but we're going to find out in a second. Sure looks like it. Inside of that front headlight, just on the inside. Yep. Well, now I'm going to hire a worker. Go get my truck. I don't think I'm going to need all three of these. What the hell? Oh, mailbox. Well, gotta put that mailbox right in the weeds a little bit more, you know? Alright, right turn, Clyde. Oh, boy, them tracks dig right in. That had tires on it, I could probably push it. I'm not trying to be sexist or anything like that, but is it me, or is it when these guys hire workers, it's like 75%, 80% of the time, they hire the chick. I don't have a problem with hired workers being female, but it's just kind of funny that, to me, it seems like the randomness has changed. They hire, it seems like it hires a lot more women than it does guys. I mean, it's no big deal, just something I noticed. That is an awesome little harvester, I tell you. I wish they all were like that. They all should be like that. They should send out a memo to all modders saying, oh, by the way, there's a new standard for all harvesters that are going to be modded. Any future mods, they all should have bells and whistles like this thing. They should have a hand throttle, a gear shifter, a keychain that turns on, a key that turns on. See what else we got here. Oh, we got a power on, off. Green lever goes to the pipe for the pipe going on and out. I mean, this is by far one of the best harvesters. Oh, tilt steering. Foldable steps. This is a great little mod. I should have tried it a week ago when it came out, or whenever it came out, but better late than never, I guess. Great mod. Especially for somebody like me who really likes playing with the older stuff. And that's what I've got going here. This is basically all older tractors. Not one medium tractor, not one large tractor. They're all small tractors. I think the biggest one I have is 130 horsepower, I think. And that's the old Oliver. Got a couple John Deeres, 105 horsepower. Dealing with that hand there. Can't figure out if that's not supposed to be on a shifter. Well, I guess that would be the hand throttle, I guess. Just got the hand throttle. Yeah, that's hand throttle action. Not 100% accurate, but I won't complain about that. Looks pretty damn good anyway. And I'm not even a real big John Deere guy. But boy, I started playing with this thing yesterday and I was like, oh boy. Found a new harvester. This one's almost better than that old fork shirt that I always used. That fork shirt's got a lot of animation in it too, but this one's got more. I like this one a lot. Wow. Plus them tracks just make it look killer. It's got a ton of different wheel options, man. A ton. Double rice paddy wheels, flotation tires, singles, doubles, bald ones, new ones, all kinds of wheels. Pretty snazzy mod. I don't know who did the modding on this one. I probably ought to find his name, give the guy credit, but we'll call him Mystery Man now. Pretty darn good. Yeah, this is Almosta Farm. I'm pretty sure it still says that on the title heading for the video. If it doesn't, because I started this video just a little while ago, so live stream. So it's Almosta Farm. This is after the update. I had one farm on here, and it got blue screened yesterday, and that kind of broke my heart. So I went right ahead and set up another one. And I do believe it was the update that caused it to blue screen, because my cow farm, my sheep farm, and no, it wasn't the chickens. Chickens were in the same spot, but the cow farm, the sheep farm, they just vanished. And I see they changed the cattle barns. They used to be open pasture, now they're behind a fence. So I'm guessing that's why the update came out. But oh well, so it blue screened. I had like 80 hours on this map, and it totally kiboshed that. So, but it is a good little map. Just the extra crops in it are pretty cool. I personally like the coffee. Pretended to be Juan Valdez is pretty cool. But the coffee, hopefully they didn't change the yield when they did the update. I haven't done any coffee yet because the coffee is kind of like growing trees. It takes a long time for coffee to grow. I think I did probably 4 harvests, maybe 5 harvests, in that 80 hours I was playing, waiting for my coffee to grow. But the one thing about coffee is it was, shouldn't say it still is because I haven't played since the update. But the yield on them coffee beans, oh my God, it is unbelievable, man. The yield is really high. I mean, you get easily, a couple 100,000 pounds off of just a few small fields. Like if this field here was coffee, I definitely would have had the two trailers behind the wagon, but it would have been full by now. I would have had to go and dump that truck by now. That's like, let's see, what am I looking at? 56,000 pounds. That truck and 2 wagons, 56,000 liters. So I definitely would have had to dump by now, just off of what I've harvested here. Coffee is crazy when it comes to the yield on this map. So I'm really hoping they didn't mess with that with the update. If they did, maybe if they turned down the growth time, maybe it's only just 1 or 2 days for the growth, and I got to suffer some yield loss. That wouldn't be too bad. But another one that really yields a lot is mustard. The mustard, that cranks out a lot of mustard seeds when you're doing a field of mustard. So that's fun to do also. And this map's got a bunch of different crops. It's got the keep pushing the wrong button. Sorghum, onions, what else here? Carrots, coffee, mustard, millet, rye, rice. Crash. Oh, I thought I was going to hit that tree. Come on, get under it. There we go. Trying to get my cruise control set at 6. There we go. Set the old cruise control so I can match speed. And as you can tell, it dumps really fast. I think it holds... Oh, I don't want to lie to you. I didn't even look at the number. But it holds 4,500 liters, this thing here, I think. See, now I gotta find out. 5,500, something like that. 4,800 liters. So it doesn't have a really huge hopper on it, but the hopper is probably one of the best ones in the game. There's a couple old ones where it has the same style, but it doesn't open up so you can see in it, like that. And then if you really want to see in it, you just switch to first-person view. Which is a pretty sweet little view. And you can get tinted windows on this if you want. But I went with a clear view just because I had no idea what it was. I'm kind of glad I went with the clear because I could see right in there. Perfect. Good little harvester. Optional four-wheel drive in the back. I don't like it when the tilt steering doesn't come down. Whenever I take over control of the vehicle, any vehicle, the tilt steering should come down. I don't care if it's a Case Magnum or a 9R or this thing. I mean, as soon as I click get rid of the guy, that tilt steering should come down. But all you got to do is exit the vehicle and jump back in. That's what I did. I just exit and jump back on it. Tilt steering's right down in your lap. That keychain, flop it around. That's awesome. That was the first thing that caught my eye, obviously. I was like, oh, look at that. I said, boy, I wonder if the key works. And I started it up. I said, oh, the key works. This might be a good mod. I started playing around with it. I was like, oh, I like this one. I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but this has got a key switch too. What's that selector on the left side over there? Ooh, front and go. Didn't even notice that gear selector over there. That's cool. These tractors here, what is this? 6400 in the small tractors. Probably one of the best John Deeres in the game. Obviously, well, it does not have a key, but I can deal with that. It's got a hand throttle, forward, reverse, gear selector. Decent little tractor right here. Customizable mod for the pipe. Put a big old chrome pipe on it. Sounds pretty good. 105 horsepower. Tons of tire selections. And basically almost an open cab. I really wish they'd gave an option for just an open cab on this. You know, this model is fine, but if it was possible to take the cab completely off, I think it would look really, really, really cool. But they didn't give that to us yet, so we'll take the weather cab, rollover cab, whatever you want to call that thing. So I bought a 2-wheel drive and a 4-wheel drive. These trucks, I like these trucks. It's got a hand throttle, stick shift, and a beast in the cab. This doesn't have horsepower, this has cow power. The old Oliver. I don't care what anybody's, oh, it's a lizard. Yeah, it's a lizard, but it's an Oliver. You can even tell by the oval symbol on the front where the Oliver nameplate would get glued in. Yeah. So I have no hesitation calling this my Oliver. And with these race wheels pulling that disc right there, yeah, this thing's tons of fun. Tons of fun. You get 2 color choices, yellow or green. So yellow just kind of, I mean, it looks all right, but with that grill, nah, she's got to be green. This one has lift arms. It's got a key that works. Dash. Everything works. But these lift arms, they work when you hook up to something. Well, with the arms, not the hitch. But trust me, they work. They go up and down. And as it's floating across the terrain, the lever's going up and down. This is a good little mod. Especially if you try to use it as a skidder. It's a good little mod. This is the 100. This is 100 horsepower, Fiat pumped. Good little tractor right here. Key switch, animations, shifting levers. Sounds really good when it's working, and really good tractor. Choice of orange or Fiat red. My little Ursus. Got 2 of these little guys for running fertilizer and mixer wagon and whatnot. Stick shift. I'm not 100% sure if this thing has a hand throttle or not. It should. I know the semi version has a hand throttle. Oh, I guess he's full. Don't really have the good light. There should be a black knob behind that red one. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not even sure if this model has it. The semi does. It's got the foot throttle and the hand throttle, stick shift. Nope, it doesn't. The hand moves for every gear, which is something I really like. In-cab animation. Oh, the passenger seat is even air ride. No flashers, but would be cool if they would just incorporate four-ways as flashers. Take over control. It's a pretty bright headlight though. What do you guys think about this mod? Have you tried it? If you have, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Boy, that's like the only drawback I found so far. That light is extremely bright. Would almost give me excuse enough to buy the cab with the tinted windows. You know, because with a light that bright, you could run that thing at night with no problem and not have any trouble seeing what you're doing. You can get a cab, you can leave it completely open cab, or you can get the rain protection cab like this one here, or you can get an enclosed cab with windows and doors. I just kind of like this open style. Makes it look a little bit older. I would turn the radio on, listen to some music in the game, but seems like every time I turn the radio on and do a broadcast or a video or any type of a live stream or anything like that, YouTube feels it's necessary to slap my videos and my content with a copyright disclaimer, and I think that's a crock of shit. It's an in-game song. I don't know why I get copyright issues using in-game songs. I mean, I'm pretty sure they sold the rights to their songs to Giants and all that good crap when they... But knowing Giants, I mean, they can't even buy Chevy or Ford the rights to use those names, so they probably never bought the rights to use that music. They probably just said, hey, you know, let us use your music, and it could be a free platform to get your name out there, yada, yada, yada. I have no idea, but all I know is whenever I use music or any type of different intro, especially in my my role play videos, it seems like I always get a copyright slapped on. I've got 8 or 9 of them videos in there now with a copyright disclaimer sitting next to it, and I'm not cool with that. I don't want anybody saying, oh, you stole this, that, and no, I didn't steal any ideas, I didn't steal nothing. Fire up the hired worker real quick. Grab the truck, get this thing emptied out. For all you folks that are big fans of Jake brakes, this truck's got a built-in Jake brake. It's not incredibly annoyingly loud like some of those that are on the TLX or on the Phoenix trucks. I like the Phoenixes, I like the TLXs, but the Jake brakes, they just annoyingly loud, and you can't turn them off. So basically, that's why 90% of the videos I run, I have that Roadrunner Plus. Came out a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago, and that thing's got a Jake brake. Jake brake sounds awesome, but you can turn it off. And this truck sounds good, and it's got the Jake. Didn't even know it had an inside inside light. Almost done with this contract. I'm gonna go buy a couple brooms so I can sweep up after the animals. Go get them guys swept up after. Turn up the clock, sleep through the night, and I'm tempted to spend some more money, buy some more real estate. I think I've only got 3 fields. Four fields, if you want to count that hay field as a field, but I own 1, 13, 14, and 15, so I was thinking about buying 19, 20, 21, and 26. Well, no, 19, 20, and 21. I might even be able to get 18, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Knock out all the trees, do some landscaping, plow it out, make a big field right there out of all of that block of 18, 22, 23, 24, 25, 19, 20, 21. The only obstacle will be in field 22. There's a rock outcropping. I'm not sure if it's a permanent rock or if that's a landscapable rock. I might be able to flatten it out. I don't know yet. But I don't mind going around obstacles. Makes the game more realistic. Yeah, that is definitely not landscapable. That's okay, we'll go around it. Cut all the trees down around it and just keep going right around it. Run it straight. Pew! All the way down to the road. Where's that shop at? Right here. There's a blacktop road. Here it is. So if I knock out all of these trees, that would make a pretty impressive sized field. All the way up to here. Wouldn't be bad. All the way to here. That would be a pretty good sized field. I think I'm going to do that. I think that's going to be my next venture. Buy it all. Harvest what I can. Plow under what I can't. Just like cotton, I don't want to spend or even lease the money just to do one cotton field. I'll plow it under. Same with these sweet beets. Corn. That's harvestable. Harvestable. Yeah, so that's what I'll be doing after I get done sleeping. Gonna make a big field out of that. I'll rent the T-Rex. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Zap out some trees. 90% of the people out there say, oh, just get the Unreal Tree Devourer. I could care less about wood chips. I got over my wood chip craze back in Farm Sim 17. Hit it with the T-Rex. Boom, it's gone. He's super sensitive with anybody pulling out in front of that header. Can't get very close to it, otherwise, like it just did, it scares the hired worker, but I guess that's not a bad thing. but it dumps really, really fast. It's already empty. It's one of the fastest dumping small harvesters in the game. I'll give that credit to it also. It does not mess around when it comes to dumping. Yeah, I guess I could sell that edge grain silo now. I don't think I need that. I bought the edge grain silo to help me because like I said, I had a preset farm here once, but the blue screen monster ate it. So I set it back up, and I'm not gonna lie, I went ahead and I bought the government subsidy sign, and I ran up about $3 million worth of goodies, and sold all the government subsidy signs. But I gotta sell that thing there, that grain silo right there, because I was using that to feed the cows and basically get all set back up to where I was before the blue screen monster ate my map. There it goes. Sell him. I don't need him anymore. I fed the cows and everything right up to max. Pigs, everything is fed right to max. So that I basically would have some time to get some crops put away. Get some hay mowed, straw put up, things like that. Oh, I just put them soybeans in the damn silo. Oh, I'm an idiot. This is a contract. I get we're talking. Ah, man, that sucks. That sucks a lot. Oh, another good thing about this harvester, this damn thing does 21 miles an hour. Which is pretty good for a golden oldie. Most of the old ones do like 12. 15 if you're lucky. price of soybeans is kind of low. At least it was. Yeah, it's not even $3 grand. So I'm gonna keep the rest, put them right in my silo. I'm not sure exactly how much I gained from doing that. Probably only like 2,000 liters, but better than a sharp stick in the eye. That's why I was kind of mad that I put it in the silo. I totally screwed myself out of knowing how much extra profit I made besides getting paid to do the job. What's up with the red light? Huh. Must be a parking brake symbol or something. That's weird. It's still on anyway. Good thing we don't have dead batteries in this game. So, yeah, brooms. Kind of late in the night to be worried about a broom, but I'm just gonna reset this thing. Well, I guess I could just use the Ursus. Doesn't have a very big bucket, but I just remembered if I'm going to use a broom, Just gonna have to clean up cow poop, because there's cow poop in here I gotta clean up. Piggies. Gotta buy an animal pellet or pallet. There's that barn. I love that barn. Great little mod that barn is. Can't remember if I bought dairy sheep or regular sheep for wool. I think it was regular sheep. It just produced manure. Hopefully they're producing more manure. That's gonna piss me off if they're not. Oops, that is not how you check it. I don't see anything in there. Guessing it's just select maps where they have manure, I'm guessing. Oh, that's gonna suck. Zero manure. But they've only made a teeny tiny amount of wool, so we'll wait until tomorrow to pass judgment and see if there's any manure in there. Left the gate open, huh? Not cool. Sorry about that, Bessie. Didn't mean to give you an Ursus in Uranus. Ooh, Magic Piggy. Hello, Magic Piggy. When pigs fly, huh? All right. This will get you in out of the rain. Keep it out of the weather. All right. Time to fast forward. Hoo-hoo. Me-hee. Alrighty then. Let's see. Oops, wrong button. Lease this thing. Gonna go drop some trees. Stretch a little bit. Oh my god. Then some harvesting, some field creating, all sorts of good stuff. Now I'm getting invited. They reply. Alright. Let's see. Well, I'm gonna mic out now. Go roll myself a cigarette. And if anybody's watching this now or later, I'll be back in just a few seconds. Doesn't take me that long to roll a cancer stick, so I gotta find me some real estate. I'm tempted to buy 2 different pieces of real estate now. Make 2 big fields. We'll see what happens with it. But first things first. You know, I might just cheat and throw down that money sign again because I owned all of this once. It went to blue screen. All of these little itty pain in the ass boundaries. And I bought it just so I could modify the hole in the arch right there. And it's 1.6 million. So, yep, I'm going to cheat. I'm a cheater. But, like I said, I want everything that I had before. And I'm tweaking it, turning it into a small tractor map, as you can tell. So, I am going to place a bunch of government subsidy signs. And I'm going to own what I had before, at the very least. I mean, before I had a barn right here with about 195 hay bales in it. Had another barn over here with some animals. Had my 2 barns up here with animals. There was a cow barn here, sheep barn here. This was all a big hedge, or a big rock ledge, rock wall. This was a rock wall. And after it blue screened, and I was forced to start a new map, it gave me this sheep pen right here, which I sold, and I put this one down because it supposedly has manure, but I don't see any manure getting produced in that thing. So I might 86 that thing, sell the sheep. I'll put in a dairy sheep one anyway. At least I'm getting something out of it different. I mean, I don't mind doing wool, but if I remember correctly, selling wool on this map is not a very profitable business. Milk pays good on this map, so I might have to ditch these sheep and put in a bunch of dairy sheep. Yeah, I threw in some pigs, put my own farm down. There was a cow barn right here, as you can tell. This is where it was anyway, and so I put my own in. And this here is these are beef pens for beef cows. So I've got 80 plus dairy cows, got 100 beef cows, 60, 70 pigs, something like that. 60 sheep, something like that. Got a hay field that's still not caught up to the old growth, but that's okay. It's getting there. But by the time I'm done, got this damn rock outcropping I gotta go around, but this is gonna be my field all the way down to here. I probably could buy this one. Thought about keeping right on going all the way down, but it would be a little crooked. Maybe I'll just make this 2 fields, because this field's pretty big. And with that little harvester going down and back, usually it's full. And if I make this field any bigger, I'm going to end up chasing that harvester all over the field. So I think next time I plow it, I'll make it a little bit wider. A little bit over here, a little bit longer. This side are looking pretty good, but I probably could get another meter or 2 out of it without getting scared of having workers scared of the light poles. I could stretch this thing down to the road right about here. Something like that. Probably about the telephone pole. Call it good. Then everything over here I could just bulldoze, knock down all the trees, plow these 2 fields together. I might even buy this one. Plow all 3 of them together. Have another nice field. And then over here, gonna be all the way from the river down to the blacktop. Here's the blacktop, so it'll be from here to the river, to the road, down to blacktop. So that'll be a pretty good sized field too. all of that. So I got some work in front of me. I got to shut up and get it done.
Hey.
Hi, how you doing? Just do a little field creating.
You've got a lot of work to do.
Oh, hang on, I've got that robotic talking on. I'm not quitting or anything. I just gotta switch over to view comments. Sometimes I can understand what that robot lady says, but other times it's just, you got a lot of work to do. Yes, I do. Okay, advanced settings, display, there we go. Oh, that's not Phil's run map. We'll just delete that. Advanced settings, message. There. But yeah, I've got a lot of work to do. I'm gonna, just between the plowing alone, it's gonna be a beast to do, but that's okay. I'm not even sure how much of it I'm gonna get accomplished because I just had a friend send me an invite. Well, not an invite, but he wants to hook up and wants to get played online together. So we'll see what happens. If he starts spamming me, I might just ignore him and keep doing what I'm doing. But I can't believe I forgot to turn off crop withering. I pulled into that one field that I just got done buying, and it was withered. And I'm like, what the hell? I was like, oh yeah. I normally always turn that off. I mean, it's not really for my benefit. It helps with the contracts, with the I saw you map out everything. Turned out nice. Yeah, hopefully it turns out nice when I'm done. It all depends on the landscaping, you know. Knowing my luck, I'll get halfway through it and it's going to say, oh, you cannot modify the terrain here or something like that. But these big trees, I hate these big trees. Too much foliage. You try to drive by them, it's a little hard to see, but Join party. He's already bugging me to join his party. Yeah, that's for sure, man. I remember, yeah, before this thing was even available, you had to cut them down, load them on a truck, take them to the sawmill, buy a stump grinder. Oh yeah, it was a process. This thing is one of the best things they've ever come out with. A lot of people say the Unreal Tree Devourer or whatever. Yeah, I've tried it a couple times, but it's not perfected like the T-Rex. The T-Rex is just this non-stop gone, 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 gone. Once in a blue moon, you'll get a stubborn stump, but compared to that Tree Devourer, where it's every single tree is a stubborn stump, no thanks, man. Compared to the T-Rex, the Devourer is too much work. Especially, I don't know if you play any Polish maps where they decided to put the trees like underneath the surface of the soil. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just everybody's got their own preference, but I mean, with certain tree types, like I was saying with those Polish maps, a lot of the modders, they decided to make bushes by like taking these trees and sticking them underneath the soil, and the only thing sticking out is like the top of the tree, and they can be a real pain in the ass to get rid of. And this thing here, boy, when it comes to them Polish maps, this thing saved almost every single Polish map I've ever played that had them stupid bushes. This thing it saved every one of those maps from getting deleted instantly. Nothing worse than driving along and barely clipping a bush, something you think is a bush, and then you find out it's the top of a tree that's buried 65 feet in the soil with just the top of the branches sticking out, You haven't tried any Polish? Oh man, there's some of the best maps in this game are on. I'm going to recommend a couple to you. I'm going to recommend Osina. Osina is a really good map. Well, it depends on your playing style. Do you like big fields, or you like kind of like this thing here where it's a little mixture of both, or what? I've damn near played them all. I mean, I know I'm kind of overstating playing them all, but there's not a whole lot of maps that I haven't tried. Usually when a map comes out, I at least try it for a few minutes. And, if it's a good one, I'll play it. You like both, huh? Okay. Osina. Osina is a really good map. They have awesome textures as far as like the cut corn, the mowed grass and things like that. Great little barns, little trails. What else does there say about that map? Pretty good farm placement, but a lot of it is the fields. I mean, it's got nice rolling fields. Got a lot of it. It looks like that it was possibly strip crop once upon a time. At the edge of the fields, from time to time, you got giant old rotting manure piles that somebody piled up somewhere along the line, or somewhere, or mulch piles of rotten straw sitting there. Very, very well put together maps. A lot of those Polish maps are very well put together maps. Oberturbach, that was a pretty good one. I really haven't played it since the update. I don't think they would have changed it that much. Let's see what else is there. There's probably, and I know for a fact there's more Polish maps than there is American maps. But yeah, there's some really, really good ones on there. There really is. Have you Yeah, lots of detail. Yep. Have you played that Rosvet? Rosvet map? It's a Russian map. Looks like I got all the trees, huh? Let me throw up the drone. I gotta knock these guys out. Yeah, looks good to me. Yeah, let me come over and hit these. Then I'm gonna come over and hit these. That went a little faster than I thought it was gonna. Just recently started playing again. Okay. Well, that Rosvet map, it's a Russian map. I don't know what country you live in, so if you live in the United States, then obviously you probably like driving on, you know, the right side of the road. But that Russian map, Rosvet, it's got the same driving setup. You know, you're on the right-hand side of the road. It's got a bunch of detail, really good map. Really good map, tons of fun. The back roads, like these things here, rougher than hell. They did a really good job on the back roads. They got bumps and whoops and craters and potholes and fake mud. And it looks like, I don't know, you said you haven't been playing, you just started playing again, but I can't remember if it was early when this game first came out, or if it was towards the end of Farm Sim 17. They had a couple maps with fake mud. You would drive through these puddles and your tires would sink down into this imaginary, you know, what looked, it's not squishy or nothing like that, but it's got the appearance of mud. It's just some sort of a texture landscaped over, or stickered over some landscape, you know. So, but with a little bit of imagination, the back roads have mud, and I have on my channel, I mean, I'm not trying to plug my channel, but it's just the easiest way for you to watch one. On my YouTube channel here, if you click the link and whatnot, yeah, you saw some of that. Okay, yeah, it's got the fake mud, but there's also a sand pit. And when you start messing around with the sand pit, I was being really bugged out because I wasn't sure it was going to crash my game, because when I first started playing with the sand, it said missing fill type, and there was like a code number on the bottom of the screen, shit like that. And I was just like, I better save my game before I start playing with the sand. But up in the middle of the screen at the top of the map, on that Rosvet map, there's a funny little picture. Now that I know what it is, it's basically, it looks like a manure pile with a shovel sticking out of it. Well, that's the sand piles. And if you buy the property, you can have sand. You can take your bucket loader up there, or an excavator, conveyor belt, however you like loading trucks or whatever, and you can load up that sand, haul it out of there. Some of the silos will have the additional sand slot for it, even though it says it's missing. But you can put it in a silo. You can put it in a hole. I went around and I filled up some of the really rough roads. I filled them in with sand, did a little, you know, construction work type deal, grading and the whole 9 yards. It was kind of fun, and it's different. I tell you what, it's way better than digging silage or wood chips or something like that and pretending that it's a type of earth, because, you know, with the sand, you know, at least you can say, you know, it's something like dirt. I mean, you still can't dig holes in the ground or nothing like that, but I'm pretty sure if you landscape yourself a hole and made it nice and smooth so you can clean it out real well, you know what I mean, I'm sure you wouldn't have or if you did like a ditch, you know, I'm sure you could fill in a ditch and then go along and dig it out and pretend you're doing sewer work, or, oh, let me think. Yeah, that Rosvet map also has, I believe it has placeable concrete things, and there's a lizard crane truck in the mod hub. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't understand why they don't just all get together, head like a modders convention, and everybody, be like, hey, let's get together and let's tag team a map, make the best damn map ever seen. But I don't know, they just don't think like that, I guess. But there's some concrete add-on things that you can get where there's like concrete tiles, concrete blocks, and you can load them with that loader truck and do construction work. I mean, I don't know what you're into. I like farm work. I'm not into the construction and all that crap. But like I said, everybody's different. But going back to your other comment where they need to put all that cool stuff on basically every map that they make, yeah, I totally agree. The American farming map, that's all over YouTube, everything. Oh, American farming, American farming. And kind of like going into personal opinions and preferences here, but yep. That's for sure. That's for sure. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, right? But that American farming, it was a decent looking map. I mean, I kind of liked it, but I I'm in like 15 different groups on Facebook, so I saw everybody complaining about it before I even really got into it. So I realized that it had some bugs and had some issues, so I just kind of stayed away from it. And I think I was like day 3 that it was out. I downloaded it and I checked out American Farming. And I made it to the pig farm. There's property that you could buy to put pigs on. And I finally found that one, and I got out of the truck and I'm walking around and I'm looking. And did you know that there was an in-ground slurry pit? Like a manure pond, old school manure pond. Not a silo, not it was basically they landscaped a hole in the ground and it had a fill trigger where you could pull up with your spreader and fill up a slurry spreader. And my dad, I mean, we had an in-the-ground slurry pond back in the day, and that thing is still there. It's still probably got 20 foot of composted manure in the bottom of it, but it's basically nothing but a water pond now. The people that bought it, they never used it. Hasn't been used in probably 25 years, but it's still there, and it's still, an earth manure pit. And I saw that, and I was like, oh, cool. I'm going to check that out, yada, yada, yada. And I never got around to it that day. What, the in-the-ground earth pit? The slurry pit? No, it came standard with the American Farming map. I mean, the American Farming is a mod, yeah. But it had lots of bugs and all that stuff, and I stayed away from it. So, but after seeing that slurry pit, it took me a day later because I was in the middle of doing, I was doing some things and I never got a chance to go back to it. And by the time I had a chance to go back to it, just because of them stupid slurry ponds, that was enough to hook me. I'm like, I want to try this map. And it was the very following day, I went to Mod Hub and they took it down again. And it was like the 3rd time they took it down. And it basically got a new update and all of that crap. And when it finally came back out, I was like, sweet, they brought it back out. So I loaded it right back up in a hurry and bought my truck and I drove all the way over to the pig farm because that's where I was going to start, right on the pig farm with that slurry pond, And I got all the way over there and it was gone. The hole is still in the ground. There's a giant crater. I mean, the ramp is still there, but the fill trigger was gone. I'm just like, oh my god, they took it out of the game. I was like, son of a bitch. That was depressing. Yeah, it sucked, man. They do that a lot. It's like this truck. I don't know if you've ever used this truck, this Phoenix. or not a Phoenix. Come on, baby, load up. This Roadrunner Plus right here. The Roadrunner is an old truck, but the Roadrunner Plus just came out. This thing is like my new favorite truck. It's fully customizable, and when it comes to the exhaust, you can pick your different exhaust types. Exhaust right here, standard. You get different colored smoke that comes out. Okay, it's got green, gold, red, white, and blues and greens and whites and pinks and indigos and every kind of color you want. Rainbow streamers, rainbow smoke, everything. White smoke, blue smoke, red smoke. But before they updated it, and I wish to Christ, and it didn't say anything in the update about it, but it had this option in it. Before the update, it had this thing that was called coal. And basically, rolling coal, whatnot. But what was really cool about it is it was just your average black smoke, like this here, this black mod. It just puffs black smoke. But when it said coal, when you started it, on each pipe, there was a white skull that kind of like floated around. And when you mashed on the accelerator to go faster, the skull expanded like 100 times in size. And it was like a giant psychedelic laughing skull. That was the coolest shit I'd seen on this game probably ever. And I've been playing since 2013. That was cool as hell. But they did an update. I didn't check the update. And if I did, it definitely didn't say that it was getting rid of the coal. But it got rid of the coal. And I mean, it's still got some pretty cool smoke. And it is still a really awesome mod. But it got a bit of a sucky factor because they took away the skulls. Those skulls were cool as shit. I don't know if they were causing people to maybe have seizures or something like that, or what they're... Yeah, dude, it was freaking cool, man. And it's just not the same. I mean, I still jam out and I still love that truck, but every time I mash on it, or every time I start it up, I'm expecting to see that skull, laughing at me, but it doesn't happen. It's like, shit. Well, there, I'm going to park this guy right here just in case I missed a stump. I don't want to return it yet. Alright, let me hop in this harvester. I guess I better clean up after the animals. Do the morning cleanup, huh? And yeah, once I get baling, I'm going to have this right full of hay bales. I was using a small square baler, but I think I'm going to switch over to a big baler. Just because I like stacking these bales up in this hay loft. And they go right out that end, the other end of the door, right into a mixer wagon. Come on, Bessie. That's right. Get your fat ass up out of there. Whoa, that one's going crazy. Yeah, this one isn't bad, man. It's got a pretty good variety. I don't know if I showed you earlier, but it's got all of your regulars. And then you get down here, you got your carrots, your onions, coffee, mustard, millet, sorghum, rye, and rice. So this one's not bad. Well, you gonna walk or what? Come on now. I guess that cow's got Tourette's. No, this is PlayStation 4, boss. I've always wanted a PC. I mean, I've got one, just not one that's good enough to run this game. And I've always wanted to have a good gaming PC just so I can buy this game and run it and whatnot. But now that I've joined all of these groups on Facebook and whatnot, I see all the comments and the shit that these PC players got to go through to get their mods. And you got to have secure mod places, this and that. Apparently, there's places. It's basically your typical internet bullshit. They have mod sites, but you'll get a mod that's got spyware and viruses and all that good crap. And I'm like, really? So you're like, oh yeah, you got to be real careful where you get your mods. I'm like, that sucks. I mean, that's probably one of the only reassuring thing about being on console is you gotta Xbox and PlayStation, everything's pretty verified, so you're not. If I get a virus through this and get my identity stolen or whatever, I can turn right around and sue the shit out of PlayStation. So bring it on. Yeah, stolen mods, things like that. Yep. Yeah, that's why I thought the 82. No, not 82 Studio. It might have been 82 Studio. They had a truck that's been taken down 3 different times now, and supposedly it's not stolen. And everybody's always defending the guy and all that stuff. And no, he didn't steal it. Some asshole's just trying to claim that he did all the work first. Well, I mean, it takes a pretty special individual to basically troll a PlayStation platform to make sure that and just run around claiming that people stole mods. I mean, plus there was one guy. What the hell was his name? He actually got caught stealing a mod. PlayStation kicked his ass off for him. Sid Modding. That's who that was. Sid Modding. he got caught stealing a mod from one of the mod hub places there for PC, and he basically slapped some paint on it and retrofitted it for a PlayStation 4, and they found out. Yeah, they did. I guess they kicked him off for a few weeks. They wouldn't let him. They wouldn't let him do any new mods. I guess he's back, but he had to jump through some hoops. Stolen mods. Like they're worth anything. I mean, who knows? Yeah, you see, I think everybody's heard of him. I mean, I was kind of shocked when I'm like, what? It's stolen. I was like, he's kind of a semi-famous person to be, getting busted stealing somebody else's mod. Oh, well. I'm not perfect. I stole a candy bar when I was a kid. Granted, my mom kicked my frickin' ass, and then she loaded my ass up in the car and humiliated me and made me take it back into the store and tell the manager that I stole the candy bars. I had to apologize to him. I didn't get arrested, but boy, I learned my lesson real fast. The ass kicking was enough to teach me the lesson, but the humiliation I'll never forget. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, I don't mess around when it comes to mods, man. They got to be good ones. Otherwise, I mean, I get a lot of arguments and fights on Facebook because I mean, I'm not afraid to call it out. If it's a garbage mod, and I know it's a garbage mod, and I see people on there saying, "Oh, use this one, use," and I'm like, dude, don't use that. It's a garbage mod. And then people are so easily offended nowadays. It's sickening. And next thing you know, they're trying to bait me into an argument or something like that, and I mean, like this mod here, this John Deere mod, I'm telling you, this is probably one of the best harvester mods they've come out with. I don't know how long you've been watching, but I've covered it all earlier on in this episode or this live stream. This thing's got bells and whistles. Every harvester should be set up like this. I mean, it's got I mean, control levers work. The key turns on and off. I mean, this is a really good one. And another one that got me into a lot of trouble was this thing here, this F100 when it first came out. Everybody's like, "Oh boy, oh, you know, I just what I've been waiting for," and all this shit. And they're going on and on and on. And I was, you know, the first day it came out, even I was like, "Hey, cool." You know, old school truck. I like old school shit. So I'm like, "Hey, cool, old school truck." So I bought it, and I was like, "That's cool." And I needed I think it was just an empty water trailer or something. But it was a completely empty trailer. I hooked up the bumper, and the goddamn thing was doing wheelies. I mean, you couldn't even steer it. The front wheels wouldn't touch the ground or nothing. And you can get you can get a fifth wheel ball for it, a gooseneck ball that goes in the back, and a gooseneck trailer. And so I went on Facebook, and everybody's hyping up this truck. Oh, it's so awesome, and that. I was like, yeah, try putting a trailer behind it. I said, this thing's a piece of shit. I said, just another garbage mod. That's how I put it. Oh my God, you would have sworn that I told them that their mother was wearing combat boots or something, you know? Oh, you're just an asshole. You're too picky. How much more can you want? I'm like, well, I want a truck that's gonna pull a trailer. I mean, it's got a hitch. I mean, if it's gonna have a hitch, it should be able to pull a trailer. And you gotta use the gooseneck. Just be quiet and use the gooseneck. And I'm like, fuck you. No, I'm not gonna use the gooseneck. You know, I don't want to have to download a gooseneck mod just so this piece of shit truck can actually use a trailer. You know, so and it took 3 days. 3 days of this mod being out before I started seeing other people who started saying the same thing. They're like, yeah, it's an okay truck, but you can't tow nothing with it because the front end pops off the ground. And I'm just sitting there going, hee 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 hee, because I'm scrolling through the comments and watching all the hate speech they get. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You know, if it looks good and it's basically worthless, you know, I'm not playing this game to collect lawn art. There's lots of tractors in here that could be lawn art, but I mean, like this four wheeler, you know, I thought it was going to be a piece of shit. This is a pretty good four wheeler, man. It's got a key switch. It's got a gear selector. The front suspension actually works. The rear suspension is a little tight. It's a little tight, but the front suspension is absolutely fantastic on this thing. Independent front suspension, and this thing's a ton of fun as hell, man. It does about 95 miles an hour, something like that. All kinds of different colors. This tractor here is fantastic. I'm not a big John Deere guy. I'm not. I'm really not, man. I actually have this thing against John Deere's. But that harvester and this tractor, I said, you know what? I'm going to do a John Deere map. I haven't done one in a long, long time. But hand throttle, forward, rear selector. It's got 1 through 4 gears. You know, that's the stuff that I like. That's what every single mod or tractor should have. In-cab animation, just like you're sitting in the real thing, you know. You can put this big old chrome pipe on it. 105 horsepower. All sorts of pimped out tires. I think these are some sort of a type of like a rice tire or something, but I thought they looked badass on this thing. And it's just a decent little tractor, you know. It's really, really good. Yeah. I bought 2 of them. That's how much I liked it. 4-wheel drive and 2-wheel drive. There's other ones. I don't think I have them turned on. I have showcased them all on my channel. I've showcased them all. But there's a let's see, it'd be under medium if I do have it. There's a Fiat. Yeah, there it is right there. The Fiat. This thing right here, the 180. I'll even buy it just so you can look at it. This is probably my most favorite tractor in the game. I'll lease it. This tractor is awesome. It sounds good. Oh shit! I should have customized that. I'll show you some of the customizers right here. Front linkage, weights, forestry. Yeah, rear hydraulic pistons. You could change the rear arms. Different kinds of different setups. The tires. I wish the tires were a little bit more, but it's better than nothing. I like the wide ones. You change your air filter settings. This thing will stop jumping around on me. Chrome pipe, air filter, tall air filter, chrome pipe. You know, it's nice little tractor. Beacons, all that good shit. But where it really happens is in the cab. Got the hand throttle. Over here on this side, let me buy a piece of equipment to hook up to it so I can show you. That'll work. But it's got the when the lift arms go up and down, there's a lever. Alright, let me get in the cab here. Let me zoom right in. Okay, on the left side of the seat, if you look really, really hard to the left of the seat on the floor, whenever something hooks up to this thing's power takeoff, the PTO, it locks on. See that lever go down? Choop! That's the PTO locking on. Or it's the lift arms locking on. I'm not 100% sure. See that thing going up and down? That's something that a lot of these tractors don't have. That other lever, I'm not 100% sure if that does anything. It might. I haven't figured out what. I know the park and brake works. When you turn the tractor off, the park and brake goes up. Now, right by this hand throttle. Let me turn the camera right there. Right there, get the sunlight on it. Okay, see that little slider looking thing underneath the... Yeah, this is a dope tractor. Underneath the hand throttle, see that little slider? That little slider button that goes up and down? It matches this linkage down here. That's your arm, the lift arm's going up and down. See, it's the stupid shit like that I like. I mean, this thing, it sounds good. And it's really overpowered. They say it's like 100 and... I think it's like 160 or 180 horsepower, something like that. But this thing will work 200, 250 horsepower equipment all day long without even batting an eyelash. Really, really good tractor. And they went ahead and gave this Fiat 100 or whatever it was tractor of the year. And I was like, are you shitting me? Yeah, they all should be like that. I mean, once you reach a certain standard, you would think that basically everybody would just follow along with that standard, but they don't. I mean, I just got done loading up a bunch of Maxi Ferguson mods. I probably still have them downloaded. And just disappointment after disappointment. I mean, keys don't turn on. I mean, some of them don't even have an accelerator pedal. I mean, it's like zero animation. And there's even a couple of them, they don't even have round steering wheels still. I mean, you're looking at it and it looks like a goddamn octagon or like a stop sign. This one's a good mod too. This tractor comes standard in the game. This one here. But it sucks. 150 horsepower. Doesn't turn for shit. And it's got like 2 options for tires. This one, the mod. Oh man, this is one of my favorites right here. two-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, color choices, new, old, green, white. Take your pick, man. You got your weights in the front. You probably put front linkage. I'm not sure about that. No, your choice of weights or no weights. But that's still cool. Obviously, as you can tell, you put tracks, floater tires. Yeah, this is a nice little tractor. I like this. Is another one of my favorites. Doesn't have hardly anything for in-cab animation, but it looks really good. I mean, all the dials are perfectly round. All of the dials work, but I don't think there's any shifters or anything like that. Where's them flotation tires at? Here they are. Check this thing out with the floaters. Look at these things, man. I love it. I love it. 185 horsepower, upgradable, straight exhaust pipe with a flapper. I mean, good little mods. I love my mods. I run easily 320 mods. People are like, don't it make your game crash? Like, no, it's the shitty maps that make your game crash. I'm a firm believer in that. You run a shit map, it's gonna crash every day, all day long. Well, that's some pretty steep shit right there. No, not too bad. Alright, let me get the truck. I don't know how long it's been since you played. They've added precision farming. Seasons. Well, they had seasons for a long time. To me, I might just try to put out anything. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I mean, I agree totally. I mean, they gotta look good, and for me, I mean, they gotta operate just as good as they look. And I mean, some of them, they look really awesome. You know, like I was saying about the Maxi Ferguson ones. I mean, the tractors look really good, but once you click over to first person view and you start looking for the extra goodies, there's nothing. I mean, not even like the forward reverse lever doesn't even have that. It's like, oh, geez, I'm going back to Farm Sim 15, you know, and I'm not going to downgrade. I'll just uninstall it and keep going on. But the funny part is Facebook. Go on Facebook and start telling people, oh, that's a shit mod. It's like you just insulted Christ, you know? It's like, how dare you? I guess that explains why I get banned from Facebook about every other week. I think I still got 2.5 weeks for my main account to get off the banned list. The last time I got banned on Facebook, a friend of mine posted the movie Fury. It was basically a screenshot from the movie Fury. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Fury with Brad Pitt, but there's a scene where he's got this new replacement, one of his gunners. He's a replacement, and he grabs him by the back of the head, and the guy's name is Norman. They grabs Norman by the back of the head, and he's basically telling Norman that he's got to kill this German. He's like, if you can't kill Germans, yeah, I do too. But if you can't kill Germans, Norman, you're no good to me if you can't kill Germans. And he puts the gun in his hand and he says, shoot him, Norman. Shoot him. And he says it like 6 times, okay? And it's in the goddamn movie. So my buddy, he posts it, and I see it, so it immediately clicks. So I type in, shoot him, Norman. It didn't take Facebook 3 goddamn minutes, because they're automatically censoring me. It didn't take them 3 minutes to spot what I posted, and then I was scrolling down and I went to click a like on something that says, you cannot like or comment for 30 days because your account was restricted. I'm like, what the fuck? I just got banned? And I'm going through, and it didn't even give me a pop-up notification, didn't even tell me I was banned, nothing. It just bam, instantly, wham, 30 days, you're gone. And I was like, what the hell did I say? So I let myself cool off so I wouldn't smash my phone. And it was about an hour, hour and a half later, I was like, I clicked on and I'm scrolling through, and it still didn't give me a notification as to why I was banned. And I'm scrolling through and I finally get into the settings and all of this stuff, and it says, you know, account restricted. So I clicked it on the big banner where it says account restricted, and it showed me my prior violations. And then it showed me why I just gotten banned this last time. And then it said I was inciting violence and destruction with my comment of shoot him, Norman. No, he didn't get banned. I mean, there was nothing written on it. It was just the picture of Brad Pitt holding the kid by the back of the head, and I think there might have been like one other picture, but it was definitely, you know, supposed to be about the movie Fury. And so that's all I wrote was shoot him, Norman. I mean, I probably should have put it in quotes, or, you know, made it idiot proof for those assholes at Facebook, and maybe I should have wrote, oh, that's a good part of the movie where he's telling Norman to shoot the Germans or something like that. But no, I mean, why can't I just say a goddamn line out of a movie without getting banned? I mean, Facebook is, I'm going to be honest with you, I am so fucking done with Facebook. When my account gets unbanned, I'm basically going to strip all of my information off of it, and I'm just going to use it as a spam platform to spam information about my YouTube channel. Other than that, I am so done with Facebook, man, because the one thing I noticed from my last time being banned and my new current vacation in Facebook penitentiary, the one thing I do notice is my stress level is basically gone. I mean, when I'm on Facebook, you know, I check it a couple times a day, and I got to deal with, you know, like you're saying, people are too sensitive and opinionated and whatnot. I mean, when I'm on it and I got to scroll through, you know, it's like wading through shit nowadays. It's like, oh my God, what am I going to get stuck on my shoe today? You know, and it's just after the last ban and the one that I'm currently working off in Facebook Gulag, I'm done with it. I'm done with it. It's a bullshit platform now. You can't even fart without somebody, you know, having something to say about it. Everybody's got their opinion, and they can't just keep scrolling. I mean, me, I can see something that's clickbait or something I disagree with, and, you know, maybe I'll start typing. But once I get like the third or fourth word written, I'm like, is this really worth the hate mail that I'm going to get? Is this really worth, you know, having to come back and click on this link 5 times? You know, I'm like, erase it all, screw it. Not worth it. Not worth my time anymore. So, I hope they come out with a new one. Especially something where it doesn't censor people's speech. I mean, it's bullshit. Oh, you're bullying! Well, you know, I'm 47 years old. I'm 47 years old, and when I went to school, there were bullies. Everybody was a goddamn bully. I mean, they used to make movies about it. Nowadays, they make movies about the transgender dude that beats up the bully. Oh, Lordy. But I gotta change the topic because knowing my luck, YouTube will be watching what I'm saying here, and they'll cancel my channel or something. That'll be next. You're not liberal enough. We heard you picking on rainbow people one time. So my wife calls them rainbow people. I don't have a single problem with a rainbow person at all. Right. Not really all that often. Lately, because the mods have gotten better, and because I picked up, let's see, 6 new subscribers, 5 new subscribers, something like that. I did a couple streams, and I noticed I get a bunch of views when I'm streaming compared to my pre-made roleplay videos. So basically, I've been trying to do at least 1 stream a day, just to try to generate new viewers, and it's kind of like being a sign spinner out in front of a pizza shop, you know. I'm just like, hey, while you're here, you know, I've got a YouTube channel, got over 40 videos, you know, feel free to check them out. You know, give me a comment if they suck, tell me they suck, you know, things like that. But anyway, hey, while I got you here, I've got a YouTube channel with 40 hours worth of video on it. I make, I do some role play. Okay, I'll just clue you in. Because if you're not interested, you won't have to waste your time anyway. It's basically, I started out, I had no idea how many people had the same idea of like grandpa's farm, you know, or you inherit a farm and all that stuff. That's basically how I started out. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty, I'll do that. Oh, you subscribed? Okay, yeah, you'll have all kinds of time to check out what's on there anyway. But yeah, so basically I did the whole, you know, I was in, you know, I was given a farm and a will. I inherited a farm, so we're gonna go do this and whatnot, and that's how it started. And I play a lot of World of Tanks. I play not so much anymore, but I was playing the crap out of World of Warships. And somewhere along the line, I got the idea of incorporating Farming Simulator in World of Tanks. And I had the farm that I was on the Oberkurbach there. That was that map I recommended to you. That was the one that I started Grandpa's farm on, and that was over in Poland. So, and then because of all the political crap that was going on with Ukraine and all the stuff back when I started it a couple of years ago, I came out with the idea of these Ukrainian rebels who basically needed to be just got off World of Warships. Yeah, it's a fun game, man. But I got the idea of like Ukrainian rebels that needed to be suppressed with the resistance. Viva la resistance! So I started doing this whole role play with sliding in some tank videos here and there. I think I've done two or maybe 3 with World of Warships. Got some pretty good views out of that, and that's kind of fun. I mean, with that one, I'm killing pirates. You know, I'm trying to ship up my crops or something, but the pirates are causing bad prices, and I don't want to lose my crops, so I got to go kick some pirate ass. So I'll hop in my Iowa or God knows what. I've got a bunch of boats, so only record, and I only show the videos that I do good in. When I first started out with Grandpa's farm, when I first started out, it was basically, you know, I just pressed record, and whether it was a good game or a bad game, you know, you were going to see it. So there's some good games where I'm in there being my good old normal self, bitching at teammates, and complaining at how shitty the team is. But I eventually figured out, you know, and nobody wants to hear me bitch or cry and complain about losing, and I'd probably be a lot smarter if I just showed all the good victories. So it's kind of hard to make a video because I'll have to squeeze in and edit 2 hours worth of farming video footage, and then you got to edit in some tanks then you got to go play World of Warships or World of Tanks for God knows how many hours just to get 2 or 3 decent good wins that you'd want to share. So it's different. It's different. That's why when I put in the description, it's farming simulator with a twist. And I haven't seen another farming simulator that does what I do. So none of it is scripted. Just like I'm talking to you, diarrhea of the mouth, blabber, blabber, blabber. That's how a lot of it is. It's not scripted. All right, man. Yeah, dude, if you want, you can even shoot me a friend request. I don't know. Are you on PlayStation? But if you're on PlayStation, shoot me a friend request. Burn74, just like the tag. And shit, I wouldn't even mind, getting on playing online with you sometime. Sounds like we got things in common, so that's pretty hard to find nowadays. Most people tell me to fuck off by now and shut up. And then I'm gay. The guy the other day was telling me I was gay. Xbox One, hey, that's okay. I really wish they would come up with cross-play, but... Alright, I'm gonna shut up now, let you get to your doctors. Go get checked out, man. If they take your temperature rectally more than once, you know there's something wrong, right? I wasn't sure you were still there. Alright, buddy, have a good one. Thanks for watching, Ronald. Appreciate it, bud. But yeah, if you get bored and you have nothing to watch, please go ahead and check out some of the earlier stuff. All of the earlier stuff, there's like 30, 35 videos. It's all called Grandpa's Farm. That should be way down the bottom of the list. And then the newer stuff, that's just me, that's Vern's Farm. And I do believe that I have evolved and I've gotten better. But either which way, just, if you could check them out and just be honest with me. I mean, you don't have to be brutal. If they suck, just say, well, they kind of suck and you might want to do this or that or whatever. But if I've had basically 4 good comments total so far. So... I don't know if people are being nice or what the deal is, but I need more input. One person said they wanted to see more tanks. I mean, that's possible. But I just need input from people. But either which way, go to your doctor, man. I'm going to shut up and leave you alone. I'm going to turn the headset off and we'll roll a cancer stick. But thanks again for watching, boss. Appreciate it. Yeah, sorry about that. I wasn't being a typical streamer, sitting there doing nothing, waiting for somebody to log on. Ah, see, they left. My puppy pooped on the floor. I'm sitting there like, what the hell's that smell? And the puppy's looking at me like, hi, Dad. What's going on, man? Yeah, he plopped the heater on the linoleum. Thank God. Better than on the carpet, but still. So I had to do a little cleanup on aisle 4. Yeah, here we go. Oh, little puppy, making messes. Stop pooping on my floor. I'll have to lock your ass up for the afternoon or something. Don't make me do it, buddy. I already took you outside. You can do that stuff outside. Yeah, you do your business outside. No more pooping in the house. Alright, right back to farming here. TikTok daily game vlog. Been watching your videos. What's new with Vern's Farm? What's new is the same old shit. I logged on to my Almosta Farm yesterday. Noticed that my animal pens had recently, somewhere along the line, vanished somehow. So I finished what I was doing as far as field work, and I went to buy some new animal pens. And it was giving me some grief about placing the animal pens, so I exited and I was going to do some landscaping. And I always try to save my game before I landscape. So I went to save the game and bloop, went to black screen, then popped up the blue screen monster saying, you know, the great big FU to you. You got blue screened, and sure as shit, when I tried to load it back up, it was corrupted the game, lost my whole save game. So basically, I like this map a lot, so I decided I'm going to give it one more go. So I spent all day yesterday remaking animal barns, resetting stuff up. I put in a couple beef pastures. Got a small dairy going on up here with the Alpine barn here. This is my dairy. Good little mod right here, this Alpine barn. Stackable hay mow. Put 2 beef pens out here. The beef is just a crawling. McDonald's is on their way. Put in new sheep pasture. Supposedly they're supposed to make manure, but I don't think it's supported on this map. So this one's going to go. I might end up selling all the sheep, and I might put in a dairy sheep. Threw down this barn. Another good mod. Really good mod. Excellent lighting. Did a bunch of landscaping. I knocked out this entire mountain range. That went from here all the way down to here. Whacked out all the trees. Leveled it. Took out the mountains. The mountain, this was the mountain range, so you know what I'm talking about. It was like a T-shaped. So now I can get to the cow pastures easy, and yeah, that's about it. Just basically trying to rebuild. Holy shit, I got $4 million already? I gotta sell them. I did not want that much money. Damn it. I only wanted a quick million so I could buy the outskirts of the map. I got 3 million more than I wanted. Got talking. So yeah, I cheated and threw down the government subsidy, and I bought the edge green silo, so I have enough to take care of my animals, just basically to get me back to semi where I was before I got blue screened, because I didn't want to dump 80 hours into this map, just to have it happen again. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna cheat. So I cheated, and don't really regret it. The last map I did on this one, the last save, it was, I started out with small tractors, but about 15 hours into it, next thing you know, I'm buying 160, 180, 200 horsepower tractors, and it just went up from there. And this is basically a really good map for small tractors. So I decided I'm going to be a little bit more disciplined this time, and I'm buying nothing but small tractors. And I've even branched out into John Deere's that I've always said that I don't care about, but that one little harvester and that one little tractor changed my mind. This tractor right here, good little tractor. And this harvester, got your key switch turns on and off, got the deer flopping around on the keychain, got your shifting lever, got a hand throttle. Shifting lever's up there, that's the one jiggling around, that's shifting. Hand throttle's back here. I'm super depressed that this PTO lever right there doesn't work. I mean, I have no idea why that doesn't work. It really should. But over here you got levers, forward and reverse lever. Over here you got on and off power lever. There's two of them. You can't see it because of the armrest, but there is two of them that turn on. And then when you put out the pipe, that little knob comes up, and then when the auger turns on, right there's the activation lever for turning on the auger. You get a little view window to watch the seeds going in, which is pretty cool. The viewport up here, pretty cool. And then awesome antique looking tracks, man. Optional 4-wheel drive. The rear axle actually changes. The 4-wheel drive shaft pops up compared to being 2-wheel drive. This is probably the best damn John Deere I've seen on the game yet. There's some good John Deeres, but I've got personal preferences. You know, a bone to pick with John Deere, so I don't really try to push John Deeres. I push a lot of red stuff. But ever since I laid eyes on this thing, I was like, it's been on Mod Hub for a week or two, hasn't been removed. I want to check it out. So I started checking it out. I think it was yesterday or the day before, and man, instantly fell in love with this stupid little harvester. Just because of all the bells and whistles. And the tractor, it's got a tilt steering. It just tilted down. Hand throttle. Big old chrome exhaust you could put on it. Choice of 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. Forward, reverse. And then you got a gear selector and a hand throttle. Plus it sounds pretty good. Tons of tire selections on this tractor. And it's an older style John Deere, you know. So I like it. I like it a lot. So I bought two of them. And these are basically my biggest tractors. These and I've got a Maxi here somewhere. Oh yeah, my Oliver. This one's 130 horsepower. I know it doesn't say Oliver, it's a lizard, but it's got the oval spots. There's an oval. There's an oval. There should be an Oliver inside that oval, but they didn't do it because we don't own the rights, they said. So, but this little Maxi Ferguson, this is a good one too. Got a key, animated dash. These lift arms go up and down. Yeah, I don't have anything to hook. There we go. Fly in my mouth. But the levers lock on, go up and down when you raise and lower. Good little tractor mod right here. It has a skidder blade and forestry rack you can get for it. Makes a great little skidder if you're into logging. This thing is awesome. If you're into old school logging, this thing is right up your alley, man. You put that little grapple on the back of this thing. Oh man, I was having so much fun the other day playing on my login map. 100 horsepower, 48 horsepower. This beast, which sounds good. It's got a Jake brake. Dude bangs through the gears. It sounds good. Listen, here's the Jake brake. So it does have a Jake, but it's not insanely loud like some of them where you don't want to use it. So basically with the live streams, I'm basically just pointing out some of the best mods that are in the game. As far as, you know, everybody's got their own opinion, but yeah, as far as my opinion. Do I know any good jokes? On PG-13 or we talking rated R? My 9-year-old son told me a joke the other day that he made up. He comes in, he says, "Dad, why doesn't Joe Biden go to the children's hospitals for cancer?" I was like, "I have no idea." He says, "Because he can't smell their hair." So I had to fight back the laughter and tell my 9-year-old why it was unacceptable to. He probably wasn't going to be allowed to tell that joke in public, or if he did, he needed to be prepared to catch a bunch of grief. But yeah, no, I've known quite a few jokes in my day. I think I've forgotten more than I remember. That's the scary part. Oh, crap. Basically pulling an all-nighter. I was up all night. I think I fell asleep at about, I don't know when it was. It had to have been 8:30, 9 o'clock. I laid down to take a stretch, and next thing I woke up, it was about 11. So I got like a 3-hour nap. And the boys, they came home, so they're home now, so there's no napping while they're home, because they're going to make a big mess. I got 3 kids here in the house with me, so. If you could live anywhere, where would it be? If I could live anywhere, where would it be? That's a damn good question. It would definitely be right here in the United States, just because I kind of like our freedoms. I like having a constitution to be able to have some rights. But if I had to choose a state to move to, Florida's too damn hot. Arizona's too damn hot and dry. Probably something like, even though the winters would be a bitch, something like a North Dakota, a Montana. I would say possibly like an Idaho, but they got a serious history of some psychotic bastards coming out of Idaho. So I don't, there might be something in the water in Idaho. Let's see, Colorado. I mean, Colorado wouldn't be bad. It's kind of a liberal state. I mean, I'm not a liberal. I'm more of a conservative type of guy. I'm old-fashioned. I like Ronald Reagan. I like Trump. I liked Barack Obama. I voted for the guy twice, and basically after seeing what he did, I mean, it's not that he did a lot of stuff to make the country worse and all that shit, but I was expecting, you know, he had this big thing with his campaign. You know, he wanted, it was change and real change and all of this stuff, and I was really fed up with the way shit was going in this country as far as big government and all that crap. And I said, you know what? I said, this black guy's running for office. I mean, I'm not a racist dude, but I mean, there's no other way to describe him. You know, could call him African American or whatever. It doesn't matter how you try to describe somebody of a different color nowadays. It all comes across as racist. So I'm just going back to my old school way of saying it was black guy. But I mean, and I was loving what he was saying, so I voted for him. And then he got into office and didn't really do shit. Okay, then, you know, then I'm kind of thinking, well, maybe, you know, it's just because, you know, the way the government's set up, you know, he doesn't have the majority, so maybe he's just fighting an uphill battle. So when it came for time for his re-election, I voted for him again, so I was hoping some things would change. Then there was 4 more years of not doing a goddamn thing to make the country any better. And it was just eventually slowly getting worse and worse and worse. And I'm just like, oh my God. I mean, it's getting pretty scary. So then I just reverted right back to when I was a kid. And I was like, I really liked Ronald Reagan. And, you know, he had a scandal or two with, you know, Iran-Contra and all that good shit. The Nicaraguans. But, I mean, I think every president's going to have something that they're going to call a scandal, so. But he did a lot of good stuff to, you know, make the country, you know, a better, safer place and all that happy horse shit. That's kind of what I was looking for, especially now that I've got kids. I mean, now it's all about, you know, safety, a good future for them. And, you know, I don't want some 400-pound female standing at a urinal next to my son in his bathroom. I'm sorry, no. Things like that. And so I've, you know, basically climbed off of the liberal bandwagon, off of all of that shit. And I'm still a Democrat. I'm still a registered Democrat on my voter farm, but because I live in New York, I can vote cross platforms in the major elections, just not in the state runoffs and whatnot. So I'm thinking about changing to a Republican. Not 100% sure, but if I did move to a new state, it would have to be something that's not, you know, definitely not New York. I mean, I live in New York. Definitely not New York. Definitely not like Seattle. Colorado. I would probably give Colorado a try, but I hear it's awful liberal nowadays. And I don't mind people being liberal, but the jam it in your face, rub it down your throat, take it or like it. If you don't like it, you're a racist or a fascist or one of them ists. Nah, that shit's gotta stop, man. People are people. Everybody's got different opinions. We should be able to talk about it. We should be able to, you know, debate things. And people need to stop being so goddamn sensitive when it comes to certain things. Actually, not certain things. Everything. People need to stop being so goddamn sensitive about it. Oh, you hurt my feelings. Oh, sorry, Cupcake, but nowhere in the Constitution does it say you have the right not to be offended. I mean, people say stuff that offends people. You gotta deal with that shit. I mean, me, if they say stuff that offends me, I just either tune them out or I just keep on going. You know, it's just the way I was raised. That's not normal. Well, that just brings up the big debate I had with my health teacher in 10th grade, I think it was. What is normal? There is no normal. I mean, my idea of normal is not the next person's idea of normal. I mean, we just need everybody needs to learn to agree to disagree. See, I lost a viewer because I'm talking too much. Sorry, dude. So what happens when you get me talking about locations. But yeah, anywhere besides downtown Liberalville. Wouldn't mind moving to Amsterdam over in Europe. Wouldn't have the same freedoms, but man, we got some good weed to smoke anyway. right, well, I would love to keep doing what we're doing and keep on doing the expansion here, but I got a friend that's been inviting me, wants to play online, so I think I want to hop off, do a little multiplayer for a while, and maybe I'll pick this stream up later on tonight, or maybe I'll just start a new Vern's Farm video. I got to get one of them turned out. I haven't made a new one in 4 or 5 days now, and I don't want to get in the habit of not making them, so gotta generate some thought juice and see what we can come up with to keep the role playing going on Vern's Farm. And if not, I'll be back on later on tonight. We'll continue the great expansion here, get all these fields plowed together, and see what we end up with. Sorry about that, got the hiccups. But for anybody who's tuned in, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. And don't forget to hit the bell, like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Peace.